Hi, this is how my code works. So if the first player enters fish, so let's just run the code. So if he enters fish, and the second player guesses all the letters correctly, or like a lose one life or something, the second player will win. But then, if the second player runs out of lives, so for example, he enters a lot of wrong letters, it shows second player lost. Now, if the word has 2 letters, the code still works. So if I put in T, it will replace both the T's, both the dashes with T's. And now, if the first player doesn't enter a valid word, for example, 57SHEN, it will show first player please enter a real word. Now I will explain how my code does this. So first, we make a few variables. Firstly, the word that the first player enters, and then turn it into a list, and now count the number of items in the list, and then display like the game progress, which is the number of dashes times the number of letters. And now you set how many lives there are. So it says 5 right now, but you can change it to 10 or 15 or whatever you want. And now we define this function to check if the word the first player enters is actually a word, so it's not made up of numbers and characters and stuff. So in this function, we use a built-in Python function called isAlpha to make sure that every letter in the list, every item in the list is a letter. If it's true, then return true. If one letter or more letters, if one item or more items aren't letters, it will return false. Now we use this function that I made to check that the word the first player enters is actually a word. And then we print game, which is the game progress. And now, if the second player enters a word that is correct, it will replace the dash with the letter that the second player guessed. And if not, so if it's incorrect, if it's not in the list, it will return like you have like one life. And if the second player enters a letter that's not in the list, then it will return you have lives minus 1 lives left. So lives then equals lives minus 1. So then when lives equals 0, it will display second player lost. But then if the progress game equals the target word list letters, then it will display the second player won.